So, Your Highness, if you could give a quick introduction of yourself.
So I'm very pleased meeting you. I'm Her Royal Highness Princess Abze Djigma from Burkina Faso. I'm engineer by profession and electricity specialized in solar. So of course today I have high heels, but most of my time I have a normal suit and fixing peewees on the roof and training youth and women in the countryside to be able to install solar equipment and maintain it. That's a bit roughly who I am and what I'm doing.
Yeah, so you're mostly focused on solar energy and how to get energy out of solar energy and using it to power homes, or?
Yeah, but what I did, myself, I come from the countryside. And when I was young, I made my homework with a kerosene lamp, which has spoiled my lungs, you know, so that is... later on, I designed a little solar lamp. Well, I'm not making a benefit on that, but it's to spread in the countryside, also to help the young to make their study, because I do believe in education, because it's important. When you're educated, you can empower yourself. This is very important, and be self-supportive and good for your society and for the next generation. It's not just only the solar equipment that I do, but I do care as well on of my community, because I have other duties as a highness as well.
Yeah.
So then I have the communities come to me with their daily basis issues that I have to face. And then our world, no, it's not part of our language. We will find a solution, but it's always we and together. So that is the...
How difficult is it actually to make such a solar lamp? I'm wondering.
Yeah, but you know, it's I like my job. It's fun. I could work with other colleagues scientists. It was really nice to do. The challenge that I met is that I had to adapt it to our context. Of course, that you know, my environment in the West Africa is the Sahel. You have a lot of dust. I know that one of you have been there. You have a lot of heat. So then I needed to work on the cables to make sure that it doesn't melt. Because, you know, for instance, 2 weeks ago I was in Burkina. It was 45 degrees under the shadow. I can tell you that is tough. Yeah. Even for me, I'm coming from there, but even for me it was difficult. But that's how our climate it is, and you know, we need to adapt also the products to the climate context. It's very important. That's what I did regarding that solar lamp, and also bring guarantees, because you know that the people, they're living very far from the grid, what we call the last mile people. So my job is to make them become the first mile of it. Let's see if we can bring the light to them and light their life. You know, my brand is called Mama Light, because the mothers, they're lighting our life. You know, your mother lights your life. So
yeah,
that is,
I know.
Yeah, and you know, it's also to bring the young girls and women to embrace techniques, because techniques is fun. You know, you can be a technical and enjoy high heels when you're in conference. So this is it's not conflicting, right?
Yeah, no, not at all.
If I may ask,
sure.
We're talking about women, and as far as we know here, is that women often don't get an education in less developed countries. Is that being developed right now in your country and your people?
Yeah, but thank you for raising that point. It's cultural, you know, that girls are not raised the same like boys. This is a cultural part. But more and more, in the countryside, people sending their kids at school. But what we have to face as well is that you don't have enough qualified teachers who can teach our boys and girls at school. And that's where you are important, what you're doing. Your technology is very key. For instance, that I can be here with power, I can teach. For instance, I coach one of the students at the University of Delft, at the Faculty University, and I'm happy 3 weeks ago she got a 9 out of 10. I say, okay, then I got 9 out of 10 too. for her master. So I think that without new technology, it wouldn't have been possible for me with attending conferences and being in Burkina. But via teleconferences, I could help her from distance. And those are the solutions that is really can help also developing countries to bridge the gap. That's very important. New technology is key. And I hope that also you spread that information because you're the leaders of tomorrow. Because this morning they had some question about the next generation. I said, you are the ones, you are native on new technology. And I want you to be also native, climate-centered. And but it would be something not strange for you. So I said, okay, if I'm going to buy my new house, didn't this building, it's climate-free, what material that they use, if they have LED lamps, or the showers, recycling the water, but you will have all of those questions. Those are the things that when we, my generation and from the parents, not the same. But the good things for us is to focus on the youth, on you, that you get it right. We get it wrong, but you will get it right. And that's our role. And you have to keep it right, okay? Don't lose it. You get it right, but keep it right.
So Your Highness would say we need to focus more on just raising awareness about these topics about climate change and increasing demand of these equipments of climate change. How important do you think it is that people pay more attention to where it comes from and how it is produced, compared to not paying attention at all and just buying the cheapest thing? Because that's also one of the things people are concerned with about how affordable it is.
Yeah, indeed. As I said, you use that the key word is affordability. How to make things affordable. I think that, more and more, if I go back into my segmented work, which is renewable energy, the price went down. So then it's not anymore an excuse that we cannot make use of renewables that is not affordable. What I have been at ECOSOC integrating segment at the opening with the Secretary General, and I was saying that right now we need to take advantage on the fact that the fossil price getting shrinking to take part of the subsidies that goes to the oil and put it on the renewables, that to make it more affordable. This is one of the solutions. And which is more important as well is access to finance. And how we, in the private sector, we make it affordable for our clients, good products, but at a reasonable price. And what we want also is access to finance at a reasonable low rate. This is important. If you combine all of this, and also, last but not least, educate your client in a smart way, not that is your child or your student, but in a certain way that you need to have a certain diplomacy to bring your clients also. But our job is to bring resilience product to our client as a private sector. This is important. You have and our role is to lead by example, as Paul Pullman is doing very well with Unilever.
Yeah.
This is very important. More and more, I think that big companies, small companies, we need to pay attention because our client, they're not anymore just in consuming mode, but they want to understand. And what are the effects, whether it is material or food, what is the impact in their daily life and also in long term.
But how competitive can you be as a company when you focus solely on reducing the effects of climate change?
I think that is, it depends what is your long-term vision about what you want to get out of it. When you, for instance, profit is not just having billions in your account, but it's a joy also that you get out of it. So that I'm a kind of entrepreneur that is not just the profit is matters, but if I see that the product that I design, I always was saying to my student coming back to Deborah, is that I say when you design a product, when I design my product as a gift to my clients. So, and when you want to make a gift to your friends, what do? You investigate with the friends, with the parents, to make sure that the gift that you're going to propose to him will be right. And if what you design and what you propose to your clients, you say, okay, would I give that food to my own daughter or to my mother? If the answer is yes, then your client, you will get it right. So I think more and more we need to go into that to that mindset and way, and don't think that our client is stupid or we're there to make profit and poison them. I think it's no longer possible, as we say, business as usual won't be the case because you guys get educated. And education and schools doing their job, that when you want to eat, you will look at it, if it's good for me. And if we achieve that, my role is that, to bring awareness to the next generation.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay.